Terra's Story, Chapter 10. Joni pushed the half-open door to Terra's office aside with her hip as she carefully balanced the flimsy cardboard holding 2 cups of coffee and 2 apple fritters. Terra looked up and sighed. "You're too good to me, Joni." Joni huffed as she carefully maneuvered around to the other side of the door, then backed against it slowly until she heard the latch click. "Never," she smirked. "I really missed you, boss. And now that we've got the first rush of reorientation out of the way, I need to know how you got to be so much better." The carton of goodies now safely on the desk, Joni plopped down in the chair in front and reached for a fritter. Terra was already prying the plastic top off a cup of coffee. She sipped cautiously, wrinkled her nose. "Hot!" and put it down before reaching for the other fritter. "Was I that bad off when I left?" Terra colored slightly as a wave of embarrassment rolled over her. Joni rolled her eyes. "Terra, even people who rarely pay attention could see how worn down you were. Cap had even talked with me about it, which is when I suggested you needed to get away. So how was Molokai? How's Kayla? And," she fixed her gaze on Terra, "what's going to happen now?" Terra picked up her coffee and held it between her hands, staring at it as though it were going to answer Joni's question. After a moment, she looked up at the woman who had been her friend, researcher, co-strategist, and confidant for the last 9 years. "Joni, I don't really know. I don't have a plan to change anything right now. If you were behind Cap sending me on sabbatical, I have to thank you. I think going home saved my life in a way. I was well and truly losing it." Joni nodded. "I know. You had such a haunted look all the time, dark circles under your eyes, and you were so skinny a good wind could blow you away. And you'd stop talking to me." She leaned forward with her elbows on the edge of the desk. "You can stop talking to everyone else, Terra, but not me. That's not how we are together, right? You and me? This work is tough enough without losing the one friend who always gets you. For me, that's you. And for you, that's me, right?" Terra's face crumpled a little. "I don't deserve you, Joni." "My mother used to say the same thing, but it wasn't a compliment," Joni smirked. "So, something really big happened, didn't it? Want to tell me, please?" Terra nodded, took a deep breath, and finally told the third person in the world, after Simeona and Kayla, about Sam and what happened. Even as she allowed the emotions to swirl as she told the story, she noticed they weren't choking her the way she used to. Terra was grateful for the expressions that changed Joni's face. They reflected horror and empathy and sadness and her longing to make things better, but somehow the strongest sensation Terra got from her friend was respect and trust. Joni trusted Terra's inner strength. "So you held all this inside until now? Wow. And that's why you went to the academy?" Joni leaned back and the old chair creaked and groaned. Terra shrugged. "I didn't want that to happen to anyone else. I wanted justice for Sam, and to make up to him that he died protecting me. Wait, I know he was doing his job, and that was part of it, too. It felt kinda like I had a duty to pick up where he left off. And, well, I had to get away, too. My beautiful island. I didn't feel safe anymore. Going somewhere that really terrified me gave me something else to focus on. Of course." She paused to sip the now lukewarm coffee and break off another bite of apple fritter. "I didn't understand all this at the time. I can't remember exactly how I felt, except that I wasn't me anymore, and I was so mad I spread it all around everywhere." She swallowed the bite of fritter and took another sip of coffee. "Being mad felt so much better than whatever else was storming inside me. The anger gave me energy, and the academy gave me focus." Terra hesitated. "I'm not sure when that stopped being true. Maybe when I met Jerry." "Well, he was a pretty good distraction, wasn't he?" Joni glanced at the photo behind Terra of her twins. "And you got some great girls out of it." Terra turned around and picked up the photo. "They're awfully great girls, Joni, and they were enough of a handful to keep me from bolting when Jerry and I couldn't agree on what they needed. The only model he had for parenting was his dad, his good old drill sergeant dad from the 4th Infantry. Jerry liked Kale. A lot, actually, probably more that he liked his own dad, and he gave lip service to how Kyle interacted with me when I was growing up, but in the heat of any moment, he reacted to the girls the way his dad reacted to him." Terra sighed and leaned back, remembering. We fought about it a lot. She grinned. So, of course, our sex life, which had been awesome, by the way, went into the toilet, too. I should have kept him as a distraction. They laughed together. Well, it's been too damn long since either of us had a good distraction. Joan smirked. And I've been trying. Well, I gave up, at least for now, Terra amended, as the image of a tall man with a long dark braid flashed across her mind. She shook it off. So here's the other part, Joni. I was with Simeona most of the time I was in Molokai. Terra saw she had Joni's focused attention now. Simeona? Whispered Joni, her voice reverent. She's the kahuna, isn't she? The wise one Kala worked with after he left Washington? Yes, Terra responded, grateful that their years sharing life and work meant she didn't have to explain everything in detail. Terra also knew that Joni was born into a family of druids. Different though they were in the language they used and the ways they practiced, they lived by the same universal laws and worked with energy and vibration in incredibly similar ways. I met a mo'o, Joanie. A mo'o? That lizard woman shapeshifter that's part of Hawaiian legend? Joni leaned forward, eager for details. Oh, my great goddess, tell me everything. So Terra did.